Hey, hello, how's it going? Hey, look at me. I got my toque on from Canada. And I got the scarf. I got the down vest. Oops, I'm banging the mic. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, so it's wintertime in Thailand. You wouldn't know. It feels like it should be October in Alberta. Anyway, oh, wow, that exposure's not good. Oh, that's better. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I'm kind of chomping at the bit right now because I'm waiting for some wood to come in to continue on with this my dang flamenco that I'm working on. I've taken it all to the point where I need to get this top that I ordered from the States. And it's some Canadian cedar I'm going to try out, which I've never actually used before for a top or a back, anyway. I've talked about that stuff before. So I'm chomping at the bit, looking at tracking every freaking hour. And it's in Bangkok, and it's on its way up to the north. So, and I'm in the north because I got the toque on. And in case you're not Canadian, a toque is like a wool-ish or wool hat, toque hat. That's what we call them. Toque. I remember there was when I was really young, like I was in my 20s. We had some people where I was working. A couple from the Isle of Man came. And anyway, it's a stupid joke, but he came in and says, "Oh, I got my toque today." And we're out, like it was like 4 or 5 of us standing around, and we're like, "You got your toque today?" "Yeah, like my hat." "Oh, that's a toque, not a toque." Toque's a different thing. Anyway, my point is that just to get myself off of obsessively looking at tracking. And Nin I'm going to link Nin to this because I remember Nin was talking about the same thing, obsessively watching tracking. Anyway, I want to do a couple of videos. So today I'm going to clear off the junk that's just been sitting here. I could have cleaned it because I haven't been doing anything. I'm going to lay out my little bamboo pad thing. High tech all the time. I'm going to pull up my own guitar, and the thing I'm going to demonstrate today is how to change the saddle. Now, I'm not going to talk about making a new saddle. Actually, this could be better. Anyway, I'm going to talk about replacing it because a recent guitar that I sold. Anyway, I just said I would make a video on how to switch a saddle, because I sent 2 saddles with that guitar. Right. Okay, so what are we doing here? I'm going to start off wide, and then I'll get up closer. Okay, so for now, what I'm going to do, like, the saddles aren't glued in, right? They're just set in loosely. But you need to loosen off the strings. So I'm going to loosen off the strings here. You don't have to take them off. I was going to send Carla a video, but it was not good because they had taken all the strings off. You don't need to do that. Not in this case. If you're completely doing a new saddle, sure, take the strings off because it's a bigger job. Anyway, so I'm going to loosen them off. And, you know, the tuning pegs are great for that. It's so simple, right? Anyway. Right. This is a bit loose, the saddle. Anyway, I'm going to put a new saddle in that at some point. Anyway, I'm going to get closer. Okay, let's do a bit of focusing. This should work. Yes, okay, so I got the strings. So, got the strings nice and loose. Actually, you know, I look at this. Well, it's actually not bad, this saddle. It's a little loose, I think. Anyway, this is the very first guitar I ever made. So now I'm looking like, oh, I could have done that better. Could have done that better. Anyway, it's beautiful. I love this guitar. It's, yeah, anyway, whatever. That's not the point of this video. So basically what you want to do, you might be able to just, since the strings are all loose, you might be able, like on this one, I can just push it off the side, right? I can just do that. It's actually not bad, actually. I can just slide it. You might find that it's a little bit more snug than just that, right? So you might find yourself needing needing a bit more to nudge it. So you could, for instance, take it, get a pointy thing of some sort. Like I got these tweezers here, right? And then you could just sort of get the tweezers under one end and just lift it off, right? That's okay too. Whatever you need, right? Right. So that's kind of it. But the important thing is, one of the important things is, let's see if I can, this is going to be tricky, I think. Let me see if I can focus on, put my finger here. That's not really in focus either. Let me try this technique. Okay. Is that working? Can you see? Well, maybe you can see that. Okay, so the part that's on my guitars anyway, the part that's going down into the saddle slot is completely, it's like 90 degrees, right? That bottom part is flat, you could say. Here's the thing. Like if you're just grabbing a saddle, see how it's angled here? And then the strings are coming off this way, right? So it just comes right off. You don't want to put it in this way because what happens is the strings come down this way, like you can see on the guitar over here, and then they angle down into the tie block, right? So that angle there is to sort of, what's the word you'd use? So it's so early in the morning, I can't speak. It's to, like, just allow that to happen easily, as opposed to straight across and then boom, Anyway, my main point is that this high edge goes towards the peg box, goes down towards the fingerboard. That's really important. I mean, it might play if you do this, but it's going to be quite a bit out of tune. It's going to be like a millimeter or two off, right? So anyway, yeah. So anyway, just make sure that the high end is going towards the fingerboard, right? And then at that point, basically, let's refocus. Yep. And at that point, all you're going to do is just take it and just pop it in there. Boom, boom, making sure it's more or less, or that it is even there. And it's not glued. It's not glued. Let's get a wider view again. Yeah, the saddles aren't glued in. At least not on a classical flamenco. Saddles aren't glued in. They just slip in there. Easy peasy. And now I'm just going to tighten up these strings again. Actually, while I'm here, it's a great opportunity. As usual, it's my usual goofy video, but serious. This is serious business, you guys. I want to show you how the strings go on a peghead guitar. I'm going to do a video on tuning it next. Okay, so let's see if we can get here. Let's change the focus. Okay. Oh, I don't know. Can you see that? Yeah, maybe you can. Okay, my main point here is that the two E strings, the two outside strings, come up and around the peg this way. You see how it's coming up and around? All the other ones go in and around the pegs the other way. That's, you can see how it creates a more straight, the straighter it is across, the better, really. So that's kind of important to remember, or it's somewhat important to remember. Probably not be the end of the world to flip it, but that's how it should be done. Okay, so now I'm just going to tune it up. Let's see if you can see me. Yeah, okay. So now I'm just going to tune it up, and I'll, it's crooked. Sorry, probably, don't fall over. Yeah, so now I'm just going to tune it up, and I'll do a video on using the friction pegs. There's lots out there that do as well, but I'll just throw in my version as well. It's going to be pretty much a repeat of like Anders Ellison's, which is really a good one. I recommend it. There's something I do that he says you don't really need to, but I do anyway. But anyway, I'll be back to you in a sec. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps with the saddle. If you have any questions, just send it to me. I answer everything. I like to be very helpful if possible. Okay, ciao.